Which type of light energy is effectively absorbed by CO2 in the lower boundary of the troposphere? A. X rays. B. UV rays. C. Visible light. D. Infrared rays. The correct answer is infrared rays. The following steps are involved in laying a sewer in a trench. 1. Transferring the center line of the sewer to the bottom trench. 2. Setting site rails over the trench. 3. Driving pegs to the level of the invert line of the sewer. 4. Placing the sewer of these steps is the correct sequence of these steps is A 1 2 3 4, B 2 3 4 1, C 4 2 3 1, D 2 3 1 4. The correct answer is 2 3 1 4. A horizontal rod AB carries three loads of 3.0 kilograms, 7.0 kilograms and 10.0 kilograms at distances of 2.0 centimeters, 9.0 centimeters and 15 centimeters respectively from a where it is hinged. Neglecting the weight of the rod, which is the point at which the rod will be balanced. A 10.95 centimeters from A. B 11.25 centimeters from A. C 12.55 centimeters from A. D 13.25 centimeters from A. The correct answer is 10.95 centimeters from A. Distemper is used to coat A. External concrete surfaces. B. Interior surfaces not exposed to weather. C. Woodwork. D. Compound walls. The correct answer is interior surfaces not exposed to weather. A soil has a liquid limit of 45% and lies above the A line when plotted on a plasticity chart. The group symbol of the soil as per soil classification is A CH, B CI, C CL, D Me. The correct answer is CI. A high-efficiency pump is required for low discharge, high head and low maintenance cost. Delivery of water need not be continuous. The pump need not run at high speed. Which one of the following is the correct choice? A. Centrifugal pump. B. Reciprocating pump. C. Airlift pump. D. Hydraulic ram. The correct answer is reciprocating pump. For total reaction time of 2.5 seconds, coefficient of friction 0.35, design speed 80 km per hour, what is the stopping sight distance on a highway? A. 127 m. B. 132 m. C. 76 m. D. 56 m. The correct answer is 127 m. What is the use of a station pointer? A. For making soundings in water bodies. B. For plotting of soundings in harbor area. C. For marking sunken shipping hazards. D. For making tidal observations. The correct answer is for plotting of soundings in harbor area. The plastic modulus of a section is 5x10⁴ m3. Its shape factor is 1.2 and the plastic moment capacity is 120 kN. What is the value of the yield stress of the material? A. 100 Nmm2. B. 200 Nmm2. C. 240 Nmm2. D. 288 Nmm2. The correct answer is 240 Nmm2. According to ICAO recommendations, what is the rate of elevation correction for the runway above MSL? A. 1% for every 100 m of elevation above MSL. B. 7% for every 300 m of elevation above MSL. C. 2% for every 500 m of elevation above MSL. D. 2% for every 300 m of elevation above MSL. The correct answer is 7% for every 300 m of elevation above MSL. The absolute maximum bending moment in a simply supported beam of span 20 m due to moving udal of 40 m spanning over 5 m is A. 87.5 tm at the support, B. 87.5 tm near the midpoint, C. 3.5 tm at the midpoint, D. 87.5 tm at the midpoint. The correct answer is 87.5 tm at the midpoint. The following steps are involved in making a spigot and socket joint of cast iron pipes used in water supply systems. 1. Tarred gasket or hemp yarn in wrapped around the spigot. 2. The sipgot end is centered into the socket end of the preceding pipe. 3. A joining ring end is placed around the barrel and against the face of the socket. 4. The gasket or hemp yarn in cooled slightly. 5. Molten pig lead is poured and then cooled. The correct sequence of these steps is A. 21435, B. 21345, C. 12453, D. 12354. The correct answer is 12453. Consider the following statements. A. In masonry, bricks are joined together by cement mortar. B. Cement mortar adheres more effectively to brick surface than any other material. A. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. B. Both A and R are true but R is not the correct explanation of A. C. A is true but R is false. D. A is false but R is true. The correct answer is A is false but R is true. In the force system shown in the figure, the force Ca should be A 5T, B 5T, C 4T, D 4T. The correct answer is 5T. A cylindrical shell made of mild steel plate of 100 cm diameter is to be subjected to an internal pressure of 10 kg per centimeter 2. If the material yields at 2000 kg per centimeter 2, assuming factor of safety as 4 and using maximum principal stress theory, thickness of the plate will be A 5 mm, B 10 mm, C 15 mm, D 20 mm. The correct answer is 10 mm. A plot of land 60 degree mx 20 m is measure steel tape. If the standard error of length width measurements is taken as plus or minus 1 cm, the standard error of the area of the plot be A plus or minus 0.1414 m2, B plus or minus 0.566 m2, C plus or minus 0.632 m2, D plus or minus 0.8484 m2. The correct answer is plus or minus 0.632 m2. The graphical condition for equilibrium of concurrent forces is that A. Both the force polygon and the funicular polygon must be closed figures. B. Funicular polygon should be a closed figure. C. Force polygon need not be a closed figure. D. Force polygon should be a closed figure. The correct answer is both the force polygon and the funicular polygon must be closed figures. In a tilted aerial photograph, if the swing is 230 degrees, then the rotation angle is equal to A 140 degrees, B 130 degrees, C 50 degrees, D 25 degrees. The correct answer is 130 degrees. A cold-drawn seamless steel tubing subject to internal pressure has a diameter of 6 cm and wall thickness of 0.2 cm. The ultimate strength of steel is 3600 kg per centimeter 2. The bursting pressure in kg/cm2 is A 120, B 240, C 480, D 960. The correct answer is 240. Which of the following factors are associated with the behavior of sand mass during earthquake to cause liquefaction? 1. Number of stress cycles. 2. The frequency and amplitude of vibration of waves generated by an earthquake. 3. Characteristics of sand. 4. Relative density. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. A 1, 2 and 3. B 1, 2, 3 and 4. C 2 and 4. D 3 and 4. The correct answer is 1, 2, 3 and 4. The ratio of total elongation of a bar of uniform cross-section produced under its own weight to the elongation produced by an external load equal to the weight of the bar is A 2, B 1, C a half, D a quarter. The correct answer is a half. The figure refers to a channel section of uniform thickness of 1 cm used as a beam with the cross-sectional dimensions shown in cm units. If the moment of inertia of channel IXX be equal to 246 cm 4 and C be the shear center, then the value of E in cm is equal to A 1.5, B 2.5, C 2.25. D 1.67. The correct answer is 1.5. The shear force diagram of a beam is shown in the given figure. The absolute maximum bending moment in the beam is A2 pxa, B5 pxa, C4 pxa, D7 pxa. The correct answer is 5 pxa. A locomotive has 4 pairs of driving wheels carrying an axle load of 24 x 10⁴ N. The maximum load that can be pulled if the coefficient of friction is 1/6 is A 32 x 10⁴ N, B 16 x 10⁴ N, C 8 x 10⁴ N, D 4 x 10⁴ N. The correct answer is 16 x 10⁴ N. A bar of circular cross-section of diameter d is subjected to a torque T at B as shown in the figure given. What is the angle of twist at A? A same as that at B. B 0. C twice as that at B. D half as that at B. The correct answer is same as that at B. Consider the following statements regarding plane table surveying. 1. It is less accurate than chain surveying. 2. It is not necessary to do accurate centering of plane table for small-scale survey. 3. Compass rule may be made use for adjusting the plane table transverse. 4. From the instrument station, resectors are drawn to plot the position of object in the field. Of these statements, A 1, 2 and 4 are correct. B 2, 3 and 4 are correct. C 1, 2 and 3 are correct. D 1, 3 and 4 are correct. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 4 are correct. A pin-jointed tower truss is loaded as shown in the given figure. The force induced in the member DF is A 1.5 kN tension, B 4.5 kN tension, C 1.5 kN compression, D 4.5 kN compression. The correct answer is 1.5 kN tension. A particle of mass 3 kg moving in a straight line decelerates uniformly from a speed of 40 ms to 20 ms in a distance of 300 m. Before it comes to rest, it will travel a further distance pf. A 10 m, B 20 m, C 50 m, D 100 m. The correct answer is 100 m. For designing and bearing piles of square cross-section in clays having average unconfirmed compressive strength of 60 m2, the net ultimate bearing capacity may be taken as A 15 tm2, B 18 tm2, C 20 tm2, D 27 tm2. The correct answer is 18 tm2. Consider the following statements. Collision diagram is used to 1. Study accident pattern 2. Eliminate accidents 3. Determine remedial measures 4. Make statistical analysis of accidents of these statements. A1 and 2 are correct. B1 and 3 are correct. C3 and 4 are correct. D2 and 4 are correct. The correct answer is 2 and 4 are correct. Consider the following statements. 1. An ascending gradient of 1 in 100 meets an ascending gradient of 1 in 120 to form a valley curve. 2. A falling gradient of 1 in 25 meets a falling gradient of 1 in 50 to form a summit curve. 3. The length of summit curve is determined on the basis of headlight sight distance. Which one of the statements given above are correct? A1 and 2. B2 and 3. C1 and 3. D2 only. The correct answer is 2 and 3. The rectangular block shown in the given figure is subjected to pure shear to intensity Q. If B represents the I principal plane and the principal stresses are 1, 2, then the values of 1 and 2 will be respectively I, degree 90 degrees, plus Q and Q. B 30 degrees 120 degrees, plus Q and Q. C 45 degrees 135 degrees, plus and D 45 degrees 135 degrees, plus Q and Q. The correct answer is 45 degrees 135 degrees, plus Q and Q. The maximum energy stored at elastic limit of a material is called A. Resilience, B. Proof resilience, C. Modulus of resilience, D. Bulk resilience. The correct answer is proof resilience. If the pressure carried by a CBR specimen at 2.5 mm penetration is 3.5 nmm2, the CBR of the soil is A. 10%, B. 35%, C. 50%, D. 70%. The correct answer is 50%. Activated sludge is the A. resultant sludge removable from the aeration unit, B. sludge settled in the humus tank, C. sludge in the secondary tank post-aeration rich in microbial mass, D. sludge in the secondary tank post-aeration rich in nutrients. The correct answer is sludge in the secondary tank post-aeration rich in microbial mass. Which are the critical activities of the bar chart shown above? A. Activities B and E, B. Activities A, D and F, C. Activities A, C and E, D. Activities A and F. The correct answer is activities B and E. What is the effective height of a freestanding masonry wall for the purpose of computing slenderness ratio? A. 0.5 L, B. 1.0 L, C. 2.0 L, D. 2.5 L. The correct answer is 2.0 L. To generate 10,000 HP under a head of 81 m while working at a speed of 500 Bert, the turbine of choice would be A. Pelton, B. Kaplan, C. Bulb, D. Francis. The correct answer is Pelton. Consider the following statements. Sand in mortar is needed for 1. Decreasing the quantity of cement, 2. Reducing shrinkage, 3. Decreasing the surface area of the binding material, 4. Increasing the strength. Of these statements, A. 2, 3 and 4 are correct, B. 1, 2 and 3 are correct, C. 1, 3 and 4 are correct, D. 1, 2 and 4 are correct. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 4 are correct. The given figure shows gradually varied flow in an open channel with a beak in bed slope. Types of water surface profiles occurring from left to right are AH2S3, BH2S2, CH2M2, DH3M2. The correct answer is H2S2. Consider the following strengths of concrete. 1 cube strength 2. Cylinder strength 3. Split-tensile strength 4. Modulus of rupture. The correct sequence in decreasing order of these strengths is A3421, B3412, C4321, D4312. The correct answer is 4312. A reinforced concrete slab is 75 mm thick. The maximum size of reinforcement bar that can be used is A 12 mm diameter, B 10 mm diameter, C 8 mm diameter, D 6 mm diameter. The correct answer is 8 mm diameter. Consider the following methods of preservation of timber. 1. Dipping. 2. Brushing or spraying. 3. Pressure impregnation. The correct sequence in decreasing order of the effectiveness of these methods of preservation is A123, B213, C312, D321. The correct answer is 312. Purlins are provided in industrial buildings over roof trusses to carry dead loads, live loads and wind loads. As per IS code, what are they assumed to be? A. Simply supported, B. Cantilever, C. Continuous, D. Fixed. The correct answer is continuous. Ratio of bearing capacity of double under reamed U.R pile to that of single U.R pile is nearly A2, B 1.5, C 1.2, D 1.7. The correct answer is 1.5.